guys, so my first point would be lifestyle change over temporary fix. So you basically want to have the mind that I am going to implement exercise, movement, physical activity for the rest of my life. Because if you do not take that approach, you are most likely to get impatient, or you are most likely to be impatient, you are most likely to get frustrated, and you're most likely to fall off from that routine that you're trying to implement. And what's going to happen is you're going to end up worse off than what you even started. So you basically want to be able to kind of like put in your mind that this is something that I'm taking on for the long term. This is something that I'm taking on for the long run. Because number one, whatever goal you're trying to achieve, whether physique or performance, you're not going to see progress as fast as you would like. I wish I could promise that within 2 or 3 months, you will be snatched and you would have reached your performance goals, you would have reached your physique goals, but that's not how it works. Exercise is basically training your body. And your body, it is adjustable, but it's not gonna just take on, change. It's not just gonna, magically now form a really nice, area because someone started doing squats here and there. That's not how it works. So you basically want to ensure that you have in your mind that I'm committing to exercise for the long run. I want this thing to fit into my lifestyle. And yeah, guys, let's take it on for the long run. My second point would be start from where you are. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. You don't stand to lose anything by just starting. Because guess what? You are most likely, or you are going to progress should you be consistent once you start. So there is no reason for you to be intimidated because there is room for improvement. The more consistent you are, the more you are going to see progress. And the more you see progress, the more you're going to be motivated to even stay on the consistency. So guys, start from where you are. And there's so many relatable stories out there. There's people that, start off their journey when they're incredibly obese. And if you look at them now, they're completely transformed. And, that should be able to inspire you that, if this person could do it, so can I. So yeah, guys, let's start from where we are. Guys, I have a plea. Can we not use dumbbells? Can we not use weights that are too heavy for us? Can we stop using machines that we do not know how to use? Guys, I cannot tell you how many times I've just been watching someone and I'm literally fearing for them because the way they're performing the exercise, the weight they are taking on, it's giving, I want to go beat my maker. But anyways, guys, it's very important that we start with the basics because we're trying to build a solid foundation to build upon. We're not trying to shock our bodies. We're trying to kind of like, we're introducing something new, so we need to take it step by step, give the body some grace, don't just shoot for the moon. Like, guys, basics first. We want to focus on exercise that promotes functionality, mobility, fitness at a very beginner level. Like, we're not trying to, guys, I can't stress this enough because, guys, we don't want to get injured because what's going to happen when you get injured, you're most likely not going to be able to train for a couple of weeks, sometimes even months. So you want to stay away and you want to reduce the risk of injury. And you also want to make it a fun process for yourself because if you just, trust me, you're going to get worn out and you're not going to be able to sustain that pace. So guys, basics first. All right, guys, and that leads us to point number 4, which is train your entire body. Yeah, I was guilty of this, guys. When I started, I wanted my body to look a certain way. I wanted to lose fats, in very specific areas, and I hammered on the exercises that I thought would do that. And yeah, period of time passed and I realized, wait, there's some areas that are underdeveloped. because I obviously wasn't paying attention to them with the routines that I was doing. So it's very important, guys, that we know that exercise is for the benefit of the entire body, not just the areas that you want to enlarge or shrink, you know? So yeah, it's very important that we train our entire body. And what that's going to do, it's going to promote the entire functionality of your body. You want to be functional. You want to be mobile. We're not just training for aesthetic, guys. We're training for longevity. And training your entire body is going to help you do that. So let's train our entire body, full body exercises. And yeah, point number 5 would be keep it simple, guys. You know, when you're trying to absorb a whole lot of information, you know, in a short period of time, you end up feeling overwhelmed, and that's literally a setup for failure. So I would advise that you keep things simple. This is in terms of your workouts, how you plan your workouts, the frequency of your workouts, your diet, what you're trying to change, what you think you should change, how you go about it. You don't want to overcomplicate things, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna use a strategy that is so unrealistic that you will end up being discouraged from keeping to the plan or sticking to it. It's not something that will be sustainable. So keep it simple, guys. Your workouts, you know, stick to, you know, what is in your current fitness and strength level, what you are able to do. And your diet, don't go extreme, don't starve yourself, because what's gonna happen, you're gonna go back to binge eating and you're gonna be worse off than where you started. So guys, let's keep it simple, and I promise you, in due time, with consistency, you will be able to see progress, and yeah, and you'll be safe doing it that way. So that's what I'll recommend. Point number 6 is be patient. And I know it sounds cliche, but I believe it's one of the most important things that you need to keep in mind when you're embarking on anything new. I feel like even if you're trying to open up a business, trying, you know, entrepreneurship, you know, anything new that, you know, is that's a huge step up to what you've been used to or from your usual. I would say be patient, guys. And you know, I can tell you that even now, where I'm at now, obviously I haven't reached all my goals, but even where I am, patient is something that I still have to remind myself of, that I need to be patient. And I think one thing that we forget is that we can't undo the years of bad eating, the years of not exercising, not being active, not moving your body. We can't undo that in just a couple of weeks. We can't undo that in just a couple of months. That is why we need to be patient, because patience is needed when you are embarking on a long journey. And as I said before, that this is something that you want to take on as a lifestyle. So patience is very key. And yeah, you need to be patient with yourself. With that also, you need to give yourself grace, you know, because your body is not anyone else's body. Some people might reach their goals faster than you, so you know, all those kind of things. So I feel like just being patient and just having tunnel vision. You know, you have set out a plan, you know you have goals to reach, and you stick to that plan, you stick to the strategy, and in due time, I promise you, you will be able to see some progress, and you'll be able to see yourself reaching those goals, checking off those milestones that you have set for yourself. And yeah, that's what I would have to say about that. Our last point would be consistent. Be consistent. Guys, if you're trying to undo the healthy habits that we've built over the years, we must be willing to be just as disciplined as we were in those unhealthy habits. And I know when you're used to something, or when you're used to a certain way of life, it's not easy trying to turn that around. But I feel like it's very key that we understand that we need to be consistent. Consistency is going to help you, is going to make it easy for you to track progress. Because what happens when you train this week, you don't train the next week, you actually confusing your body, because your body's like, okay, I'm working out, I'm being moved, and then the other week I'm just sitting down, I'm resting, I'm not doing anything. So your body is not gonna, because obviously over the years your body has been used to maybe eating a certain way, sitting on a desk at the office, no movement, get in the car, those kind of things. So you need to put so much effort into ensuring that what the goal that you're trying to work towards, that you feed your body, you feed your mind with things that are going to make it easy for it to absorb what you're trying to make it absorb. That makes sense? Yeah, so be consistent. And I feel like also what I sometimes don't hear, or most of the times what I don't hear when people talk about consistency, is that life happens. Life happens. Like things happen that are out of our control. So even when you fall off, even when you kind of drift away from your routine, get back into it. And I feel like as many times as you find yourself, okay, I worked out for 2 weeks, then maybe the other week something came up, I was busy at work, something like that, you get back the following week, and by the time you realize that you've built you've built enough, you've built enough to kind of you've built your mentality, your body, everything about you has registered that this is a thing, this is something that I'm doing often, this is something I'm doing on a regular basis. And you'll find out that those periods of inconsistencies will start to shorten over time. They'll start to shorten over time, where let's say maybe you would maybe not work out for a whole week, or 2 weeks, within a month. Then you find out, okay, now it's just 1 week, then it's just a couple of days, then but I feel like even with that, we're not trying to say it's not a do or die, but the goals that you've set for yourself, where you want to be, you need to put in the work. And if you don't put in the work, you can't expect any results. So that would be it. And with that, guys, I hope that you learned something. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Oh, sorry, by the way, guys, please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know what you would like to see next. I am very open to ideas. And yeah, bye. Number 6 would be patient. I know it sounds cliche, but guys, these are the most intricate. These are the most intricate. Oh, Jesus.